Before I start, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahshai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, Dabban to the Apostle Elder Great Millstone, Rule Will and Teach Well. Shalom to the 144,000 men that's pushing it, believing this word in all true sincerity. Shalom to the men, women, and children that's tuning in and listening. And shalom to the Israelite foreign scout that brought on all four corners of the earth. Shalom yet again. And this is a continuation on the plagues of Egypt. In our previous videos, I've been going over the plagues of Egypt because they're very symbolic and very informative, and really it's a really good chapter to go into. And not chapters, from Exodus 6 all the way up to Exodus 12, and so really it's a pretty good chapter. You should read it in some spare time. But nonetheless, I'm going to get started with this video. This is Exodus chapter 10 verse... Actually, no. I'm jumping way ahead. Hold on. Let me see. Where am I? Is it 9 or 10? Actually, Exodus chapter 10 and verse 21. And the Lord said Yahweh said unto Moses, stretch out thy hand towards heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. And that darkness was a cloud of darkness that was over Egypt, and the children of Israel wasn't affected. They was protected from that. And that you gotta think, when lights go out, y'all, you have a hope of, the lights going. You had that thought in the back of your head. Yeah, the lights are gonna come back on. The lights did not come on for 3 days for them. They didn't see the sun. They tried to light fires. They couldn't see. They was running into shit, all kinds of things. And then not to just mention, you don't know what type of beast was over there that was gonna eat them up or whatever, knowing that they prey. You hear babies crying and stuff. That's terrible. As much as you have to put in context, like, man, those people was going, them Egyptians was getting their ass beat, man. And that's what happens when you don't fear the Lord 100%, and that's what you don't listen to when the Lord tells you something. He said, let my people go that they may serve me. And Pharaoh didn't do that, and the Lord hardened his heart. But anyway, this is Exodus. This is verse 22 now. And Moses stretched out forth his hand towards heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. Them 3 days was fucking, boy, them 3 days was hell for them, man. You gotta just imagine and envision. And back then, they didn't have lights. They didn't have light bulbs and flashlights. I mean, back then, that flashlight was a torch, In verse 23, they saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. And they didn't see each other. They was running into the wall. You hear babies crying. You gotta just imagine, if that baby keep crying, that baby gonna stop crying. And if that baby stop crying, either something happened to that baby, that it could got eaten, killed, or slaughtered, or that's pretty much it. Something that ate that baby, man. You gotta realize the Lord plagued them that ain't nothing to play with, man. The Lord is a vicious and terrible power. Yet again, he's showing this yet again to these Egyptians. Verse 24, and Pharaoh called unto Moses and said, go. Wait, actually, let me go back to verse 23. I gotta finish that off. But all children of Israel had their light in their dwellings. Yeah, the Lord was protecting them, man. The Lord wasn't causing them to have darkness. Verse 24, and Pharaoh called unto Moses. And I wonder how fucking Pharaoh was even able to see and call unto Moses. You gotta think. Moses was called by Pharaoh in that land of darkness when nobody could see. No lights was able to affect that darkness, man. You open your eyes, it's pitch black. You close your eyes, there's more blackness. So you was really fucked up the whole way around. Back in verse 24, go ye serve the Lord Yahweh. Only let your flocks and your herds be stayed. Let your little ones go also with you. Yeah, the Pharaoh, yet again, you see the Pharaoh's like, yeah, y'all go ahead and get out of here, man. I don't want to deal with y'all. I don't want no more plagues. But y'all about to see what's going to happen in this chapter. And Moses said, "Thou must give us also sacrifices and burnt offerings, that we may sacrifice unto the Lord our God Yahweh." In verse 26, our cattle shall go with us. Our cattle shall go with us. There shall not be be left behind, and there should be no cattle left behind. For thereof must we take to serve the Lord our power Yahweh. We must take to serve the Lord our power Yahweh, and we know not with what we must serve the Lord until we come hither. Verse 27, the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart yet again, and he would not let them go. And Pharaoh said unto him, Get thee from thee, take heed to thyself, set my face no more, for in that day thou mayest see my face, thou shalt die. Yeah, the Pharaoh got a problem, man. You gotta think. It's kind of like he having amnesia almost. You know, he said, "Get out my face." Lord, forgive me. But then again, he keep on. Oh well, I'm gonna just keep on putting my foot on y'all necks, and the Lord put His foot on on Pharaoh's neck. You know. So let's see. In verse 29, and Moses said, Thou hast spoken well, I will set thy face again no more. And yeah, basically that shows that the Lord is in control of everything. And that Exodus, not the Exodus, that plague that happened in Egypt was a very symbolic plague, and not even that. Since we're approaching the times of Jacob's trouble, you gotta imagine, man, it's gonna be dark as shit out here, man. It ain't gonna be no power. You have to go to using torches and shit. It's gonna be true darkness outside at night, man. Ain't gonna be no street lights, you ain't gonna be able to see lights like that looking from the sky. But anyway, let me see real quick. Bear with me, Baba Kashaw. I'm gonna go into this last plague a little bit, then I'm gonna finish in the next video. This is Exodus chapter 11 and verse 1. The Lord said unto Moses, Yet I will bring one plague upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards he will let you go hence. And yeah, the Lord told Moses this and Aaron. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. In verse 2, Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, every woman her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold. And the Lord gave and the Lord Yahweh gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and the sight of the people. And yeah, you got to think those Egyptians was fucking scared, man. Those servants of Pharaoh, they was like, "Hey, it's Moses, bro. I'm pretty sure they was like, hey, bro, that's Moses. You don't want to mess with Moses, shit like that. You know how Jacob be like, yeah, bro, you don't mess with him, bro. He got locked up for 10 years, bro. Yeah, y'all, you won't want to deal with that, man. The Lord was completely with Moses at this time, man. And that shows you that when the Lord is with you, nobody can stop you, man. And that should be extra motivation. Let's see. Verse 4, And Moses said, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, About midnight I will go into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, of all the firstborn beasts, and all the firstborn beasts. And yeah, the Lord fulfilled this, he fulfilled this promise too. He fulfilled this plague too. He said, I'm going to plague all y'all firstborn. Your firstborn from Pharaoh, your firstborn from the cattle. No matter if you're the firstborn of your family or what, it don't matter. You the firstborn of everything, man. Every living sentient being in that time. In verse 6, And there shall be a great cry throughout the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall there be any more. And yeah, the Lord, you gonna see how the Lord gets, because the Lord said, you gonna kill your firstborn. That ain't your firstborn is being the firstborn. That comes with obviously a lot of responsibility, but you hold your firstborn dearest. Let's see, verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know that how the Lord doeth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel, and there's a difference between the Egyptians and the Israelites. So there's no reason you should mix up the Egyptians with the Israelites, man. The Lord was on our side, not the Egyptians, man. So we ain't no motherfucking African Americans, man. We're Hebrew Israelites at the end of the day. In verse 8, and all the servants shall come down unto me and bow themselves unto me, saying, Get thee out, and all thy people that follow thee. After that I will go out. And he went out from Pharaoh in a great anger. And yeah, Moses was pissed off, man. But I'm gonna close out. I'm gonna do a part 2 to this video. Before I close out, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Ha'ashai Ba'Ashur Kakadash. And Lord willing, this was edifying. And Lord Yahweh Ratazai, I come back with a part 2 on this another plague. But on to the next one. Shalom.